So a company known as Rapex, they have created a device that hurts rapists. Literally hurts their... Yes. Basically what it is, let's go to the picture so I can explain it. It's dubbed the Rape Trap. It's a product worn internally by women. The hollow inside is lined with rows of razor-sharp hooks, which are designed to latch on to a rapist's penis during penetration. They can only be removed by a doctor.
Every guy watching this right now, his balls are hurt. Like, oh, God, no, God, right? Now, all right, guys, keep in mind it's for rapists, okay? And South Africa has an enormous rape problem. It does. And biggest in the world, 1.7 million women raped every year. So unacceptable, right? So they're taking extreme action. Now, but you know what you're all thinking. Right. But what if they use it on someone who isn't a rapist?
Dun, 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 dun.
Right. And that's when you go, oh, that's not acceptable. Okay, because there's like, you know, fending off a rapist, right? And then there's doing that to someone because you thought it was, I don't know, you were angry at them or something. And that is not funny. Okay, that is not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. And that's why a lot of our stomachs turn. Because God forbid, you know what I'm saying? And then what's interesting is that the feminists were against this too.
Right, the feminists are against it. In fact, one woman by the name of Lisa Vetten, she's from the Center of Violence and Reconciliation, she says, this is like going back to the days when women were forced to wear chastity belts. It's a terrifying thought that women are being made to adapt to rape.
Yeah, in some ways I see what she's saying, but in other ways, you know, the reality of South Africa at this point, unfortunately, is so bad that, I mean, what are they supposed to do, not adapt?
Yeah, I see what your point is, but it's also a really scary thought to think that these women walk around with these things, you know, inside them because they fear being raped. You know, it's a crazy, crazy thing.
No, it really is. The problem there is out of control. Now, and it's true in some other countries as well, but it's you know, a serious problem in sub-Saharan Africa, unfortunately. But, you know, my sense of a device like this, getting serious for a second, is that people will start to do it, right?
Right.
And it will have an effect. And then there will be a counter movement. But by the time they do the counter movement and they outlaw it, which they probably will, I'm just guessing on all this stuff, it will have done its job. That it will have, you know, lowered the amount of rapes to some degree in that country. Because seriously, if you think a woman's wearing that, or a couple of women wear it and it happens to a couple of guys, that news isn't going to spread real quick. Believe me, in the rapist community, that's going to get around, right? And they're going to think twice about doing it.
Right.
So, I mean, there's a part of it where I go, well, okay, then you should have thought twice before that. So that's probably how it'll play out. Let's see what happens.
And another thing about it is the rapist can't escape. You get what I mean? Only a doctor can remove this. It has razor-sharp, you know, teeth or whatever that just latches onto their... I
think they're not saying it.
Onto their penis. And you can only get it removed by a doctor.
And so you also catch the rapist.
You catch the rapist. Oh, excuse me.
Right. And so you're right. That is the additional benefit. Now, one of the other things that the women who take care of rape victims are worried about is that if the guy gets caught in this thing, that he might react violently towards the woman and make it worse. So that's another serious problem with this thing. This thing's definitely going to cause problems. Let's get real, okay? But the problem is that the problem of rape in South Africa, I keep pointing out that country. There are other countries, of course, with similar problems, but is so prevalent and so extreme that they're resorting to extreme measures. But it's only a matter of time before it gets outlawed, because it's going to cause some serious damage.